So we hear about smart policing all the time, right? This promise of a high-tech, safer future. But what if there's another story hiding behind all the headlines? Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and ask a really tough question, one that gets right to the heart of the whole thing. And boom, there it is. This one question really sets the stage for everything we're going to talk about. It's a pretty bold claim, right? It forces us to stop and think, is all this tech really about making our cities safer, or is there something else going on entirely? Let's dig in and break this down. All right, so first up, let's talk about the official story. You know, the one we're always sold, this bright, shiny, tech-forward vision for the future. The promise is simple, a safer, more efficient tomorrow, and it's all going to be powered by the latest and greatest technology. And here's the toolkit they say is going to make it all happen. We're talking huge CCTV networks, vehicles with GPS tracking, super high-tech command centers, and one single emergency number for everything. I mean, on paper, it sounds absolutely incredible, doesn't it? Okay, but here's where things get interesting. When you start to peel back a layer or two, that really optimistic story, it starts to fall apart. You know, that shiny high-tech paint job begins to show some pretty serious cracks. All right, let's look at a real-world case study here from Meghalaya. In this instance, the money for a really crucial system, the National Emergency Number, 112, was tangled up in some serious allegations of misappropriation. And we're talking about senior police officers being involved. See, this isn't just some technical glitch. This is a massive red flag. And what's so fascinating here is that this isn't just a one-off thing. It reveals a kind of playbook, a repeatable pattern. You've got hardware and software being bought at crazy inflated prices. You have these expensive command centers that are barely even used, or worse, just don't work. And then when people start asking questions, a whole system of fun diversion and scapegoating kicks in to bury the truth. And that leads us to maybe the biggest clue of all. After spending crores and crores on all these projects, there's almost zero independent data to show they have any positive impact on our safety. Think about that. The one thing that truly matters, did it actually reduce crime? That's the one thing that's almost never measured or talked about. Okay, so let's recap. We've got scandals, we've got clear patterns of misuse, and we have a total lack of results. All of these clues, they all point to one central idea that kind of solves this mystery. And it's a term you're really going to want to remember. And that term is tech wash. So what is it? It's the practice of using these big, high-tech projects to create the appearance of modernization, while all the core problems, you know, like corruption and inefficiency, they just get swept under the rug, completely untouched. So, the key takeaway here is this. Tech wash is all about perception, not performance. It's about looking good, not being good. And this chart just lays out that disconnect perfectly. Look at the column on the left. That's where all the focus and money goes. The CCTVs, the control rooms, the fancy dashboards. But then look at the right. These are the core issues that people actually deal with every day. Bribery, extortion, police refusing to even register a complaint. These problems continue, completely ignored. But listen, this isn't just about pointing out a problem and leaving it there. It's about finding a solution. And that solution is actually a powerful toolkit that you can use to start demanding answers and holding the system accountable. It's a super clear, actionable three-step plan. It's a simple framework, really, that takes you from being a passive citizen to an active investigator. And you can do it using tools that are available to literally anyone to find out if these systems actually do what they promise. All right, step one, test the system. This is all about checking reality against the promise. Don't just take their word for it that it works. Test it yourself. You can use tools like the Right to Information Act, or RTI, to ask really simple, direct questions like, hey, how many of those thousands of cameras are even switched on? What really happens when you call the emergency number? What's the average response time? Okay, step two, follow the money. This is where you put on your financial detective hat. Again, using RTI, you can ask for the actual contracts. Who got paid and how much? And then you can do your own homework. Are we, the taxpayers, actually getting a fair deal here? Or are these prices just wildly inflated compared to what you or I could buy on the open market? And finally, step three, and this might be the most important one, demand the data. This is where you connect the money to the results. You have to demand evidence that it's working. Ask for the data. Did crime rates actually go down after this multi-crore system was put in place? Has public trust in the police improved? And if the answer is no, or if they can't even give you an answer, then you get to ask the killer question. Why on earth was this project prioritized over fixing basic, fundamental policing?
And really, that's the entire goal here. This whole toolkit is designed to shift our focus as citizens, to get us to stop being so impressed by the glossy control rooms and the fancy tech, and to start demanding the one thing that actually matters: real public safety.
And that brings us right back to where we started, with that one simple, powerful question that just cuts through all the noise. A question that you, as an informed citizen, are now totally equipped to answer for yourself. So the next time you hear about a new smart city project, what are you going to see? Will you see genuine progress, or will you see just another contract?